iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to the show. Tonight we got a great one here. It is race number 2 of the American Sim Racing Club Living Legend Series. Tonight, these drivers try and take on one of the hardest places on the schedule. It is the Rockingham Speedway here tonight as we get cars here on the front stretch getting ready to rock and roll. We'll head down trackside to go over tonight's starting order. Tonight, the 71 machine of Brett Hahn will lead the field to green. To his outside, it's the 48 RogersCars.com, Tim Rogers. Row number 2. In third place is the 51 machine of Ron Hart. With to his outside is the number 4. And starting in fourth is the 35 of Hayden Swank. Fifth is Deb McDonald in the 18. Sixth is Nick Fleury in the 25. Seventh, first time out here this season, we have Caleb Modleski. It's starting to his outside is the number 1 machine of Tanner Tallarico. Ninth is Scott Negus. Rounding out the top 10 is Dave Payne. Heading back to 11th, we got the 14 machine of Zach Heiser. Starting to his outside is the Motorcraft number 8 of Kyle Munson. Then Stephen Hoffman in the 86 machine will roll off 13th. 14th being John Kane in the number 9. 15th is Justin Callahan in the 75. 16th is Sam Swope in the 050 machine. 17th is the number 17 machine of Justice Young. 18th is Aaron Kirby in the 91. 19th is Cam Tucker. 20th is John DeMeester. And starting shotgun on the field here tonight is the 66 or the 01 on the car of Jordan Tucker. So that would do it here for 21 cars making the green flag here tonight at Rockingham. Also, one thing to keep a note, Hayden Swank out on pit road. So that will move Nick Fleury up into that 4th position here tonight. So definitely something we got to keep an eye on here as we get ready to go to green flag racing action. As we got a stellar looking field here tonight of the 87s cars. We do have all 3 different varieties. We got the Buicks, the Chevys, and the Fords. iRacing Pace car heads down to pit road, and the 71 machine of Brett Hahn jumps on the loud pedal. Here we go. Green flag racing here at Rockingham. The field will dive down into turn number 1. Everyone trying to figure out how hard they want to push. What is the move here? As Hodden will lead the way down the backstretch first side by side. Dave Payton and Dev McDonald. Dave Payton and Tanner Tallarico. Payton will get the advantage. Payton up into 6th there as we complete lap number 1 under the green flag. Further on back, Stephen Hoffman trying to make his way through the field. He has John Kane to his outside. Kane will float it all the way up to that outside wall here on lap number 2. Hoffman trying to make the short distance work, about dead even down the backstretch, as Hoffman will drive it in a little bit deeper, maybe put a little bit of intimidation to Zach Heiser, who will get up out of the way, lose handful of spots, maybe even 3 if the 051 of Sam Swoop can get on by here on lap number 3. That he does. So it looks like Heiser in big time tire saving mode here around this mid pack. Oh, contact on the backstretch. The 55 machine goes around, gets collected as everyone else tries to get on around, and that will bring out our first caution flag of the night, as we got cars all over the racetrack trying to get sorted on out here tonight. First caution flag coming out here early around lap number 4, as everyone able to get their cars rolling, but some heavy contact too, like the 051 of Sam Supu, I believe, got hit later on in that wreck trying to check on up. So a quick yellow flag here tonight as everyone woeing it on down for the pace car here. So coming from race number 1, Tim Rogers leading the points, sitting pretty right now in that 2nd position in that Rogers Cars machine. Does he find a way back to victory lane? Nick Fleury also up in there. He gained some positions on that start. Up into 3rd, Ron Hart 4th. Dev McDonald rounds out the top 5 here early. Caution laps do count in this series, so if your favorite driver has to come down pit road, make some repairs, they got to do it in a timely sense, because if they stay down on pit road for too long, they can go a lap down and then have to try and race their way back onto the lead lap, as there is no lucky dogs in this series. One thing to keep in mind, folks, team points very close to each other. Right now, D's Lugnuts Incorporated with the likes of the 48 machine of Tim Rogers, the 1 of Tanner Tallarico, and the 2 machine of John DeMeester, all part of that team. Then you have RHU with Brett Hahn, Nick Fleury, and Dave Payne. Then we got a couple others on the team, Ron Hart, Zach Heiser, and Andrew Payne, all part of Horsepower Happenings Motorsports. Then you got the Blue Oval gang, that being Scott Negus and the 86 machine of Stephen Hoffman. Then we have one last team at the, well, 2 more teams. We have a team that doesn't quite have a name yet, haven't said anything in stone. That is Hayden Swank, Kyle Munson, and Dev McDonald. Then our last team, we call them the Dirt Boys. These guys have a lot of experience on the dirt side of things. That is the 91 of Aaron Kirby, the 66 of Jordan Tucker, and then tonight he's running in a 16, but usually 53. That is Cam Tucker, his brother. So a lot to be had here after race number 1. The top 5 in points, all separated by 15 points. So team points are definitely going to be close throughout the season. Team points do pay on out at the end of the season, as I think this time by we get the 1 to go signal under the yellow flag here for the first time, as we go get ready to go back green flag racing here on lap number 8 of 120 here tonight. Brett Hahn did pick up a sponsorship for week number 2. His top 10 finish at Daytona allowed him to pick up Wawa, a popular gas station down south here tonight. So we'll see how he can do and see what the sponsors think on that 71 machine. Of course, a lot of the other cars. A lot of gas sponsorships, especially in the 80s. Same with cigarettes, but not a lot of smoke sponsorships out here in the field as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing action. Brett Hahn leading the field here as the iRacing pace car Mustang here makes the left-hand turn and heads down pit road. Brett Hahn here on the loud pedal. We go back to green flag racing action here at Rockingham. The top three will dive it down into turn number one. Everyone makes a safe entry here, single file throughout the field. Stephen Hoffman looking to the outside of Justice Young a little bit, but we see guys further in the back, a little bit of damage from that first yellow. That pretty much 15th on back having some sort of damage from that first little bit of contact. As we get a little bit further back here, looking at Hayden Swank, John Kane, and the 55 machine of Scott Negus. John Kane with a sweet looking car here, that number 9 with that metallic silver and whatnot, but sadly that front end definitely damaged here tonight. Hopefully he can keep that thing in one piece, not have it overheat too much, because these things definitely affected by temperature, and back in 87, you know, didn't have the best ducting or cooling system on these cars. Looks like the 55 machine just trying to play it easy here, hanging down on that low side, trying to save those tires, as that is going to be the name of the game here tonight. Save, save, save. Only 2 sets of tires over the wall, limited fuel here tonight, so a lot riding on those sets of tires. This place can punish a right front or right rear if you abuse it, so these drivers being very conscious of the tire limit, as speeds definitely slower than qualifying times, but overall still a decent pace. No one has really pushed super hard yet. I think everyone sees that, you know, we're only a 10th of the way through this race. We still got a lot of racing left here tonight at Rockingham. Also, folks, if you are looking for an 87 league, know someone that might be interested, be sure to tell them, send them this way. Be sure to check out AmericanSimRacingClub.com or check out the Facebook page, or even shoot me a message, as we have a lot of great racing. As you can see, the racecraft very good in this series, as we get a battle here just inside of the top 10 battle for 9th, as Stephen Hoffman gets around the 17 machine of Justice Young. So Hoffman in the blue oval racing, trying to get a good finish for that team. Hoffman finished runner-up at Daytona, hoping to finish one spot better here tonight at Rockingham. Right now, as a lot of distance goes, one car sideways into turn number 1. That was a 17 machine of Justice Young, somehow hangs on to that Miller High Life number 17 machine. Now has another Miller car behind him. That is John DeMeester in the Deuce machine, trying to get that position. He has reeled in the 17 machine. Further on back, Aaron Kirby getting passed by the 75 machine of Justin Callahan. Callahan, of course, running the King scheme, that STP, but 75 on the car here tonight. These guys just in a big pack, but kind of using each other to reference their speeds, as we get lap number 15 of 120 in the books. Jordan Tucker now feeling some pressure from the 9 machine. Tucker up top. John Kane in the 9, delivering that pressure down low, but Kane, maybe with that damage, can't quite get as much horsepower down as the 01. So we'll have to see how this shakes on out, because they are catching the cars in front of him. Zach Heiser has caught the back bumper of the number 2 machine here tonight. Heiser was sailed in there deep, head to the top side, and now try and drive that car all the way back to the bottom, but get a nose to the top side of the 2 heading down the backstretch. So John DeMeester down low, Zach Heiser to the top side here tonight, as they go side by side at the start finish line. This is the battle for 12th on the speedway. Everyone in the top 10 pretty much riding where they restarted that last one, so everyone just trying to play the strategy game here tonight as Heiser does get around the 2 machine. Now Demeester under fire from Jordan Tucker and company. John Demeester did get some extra practice here. He felt pretty confident coming into tonight, knew where the braking points were and how hard to push his car. So John hoping for a long run here, trying to save those tires and doing a pretty good job at hanging onto that car. Definitely taking up that inside line, telling drivers, if you want to get around me, you got to do it the hard way. Go around the top side, as now Jordan Tucker tries to do just that. Jordan Tucker to the top side. Now that opens up the inside to John Kane. Kane will once again get door to door with the 01 machine, but can't quite get the run off of turn number 2, as Jordan Tucker will just get clear. And here comes Justin Callahan in the number 75 machine. Callahan looking to the left rear quarter panel of John Kane. We're going to go right on board with John Demeester here and look back here at the rest of the pack behind him here and see these cars just putting on the pressure here, as he has a lot of fast cars right on his back bumper here in the middle stint at Rockingham. You can definitely tell with these old school open facial helmets here. And John Demeester last time by 27.88. Leader last time by just did a 27.01, as Demeester feeling the pressure. One car to his outside here, as we'll head back to a wider camera. It looks like Jordan Tucker gets around. Now here comes Justin Callahan to the inside of the number 2 machine. Battle for last right here, not too far back from where we were looking at. Out in front, Brett Hahn leads the way over Tim Rogers in second. About 1 1/4 second gap between the two. Then 2 seconds back from the race leader, Nick Fleury. Fourth at the moment is the 51 Exxon machine of Ron Hart. Then Dave Payne rounds out the top 5 with a handful of cars behind the 38 K&M machine. Tallarico will try and make the move on Devin McDonald here in the 18 machine for that 6th position. Tallarico, shorter distance around. McDonald has the momentum on the top side though, as they'll dive it into turn number 1. As you can see here, folks, heavy braking into turn number 1. If you overdrive just a little bit, these cars will wash up big time, as we see Devin McDonald lose the spot to Kyle Munson here on lap number 25. We head back to a gaggle of cars here from about 13th on back at the moment. Justin Callahan able to get clear of this group and try and check on out. Now have run down the 17 machine of Justice Young, and 3 wide here at Rockingham. Everyone able to make it through. Justice Young in the sucker hole. He will lose 2 spots in one straightaway, but he's just trying to hang on to that car, hoping for a yellow flag here soon, as that car looking very tight, as that right front has definitely seen better days on the 17 machine. Further up front, Dave Payne losing 2 spots to Tanner Tallarico. Now Kyle Munson has just got on around him as well. 1 car losing a lot of speed here in a hurry is the 48 machine of Tim Rogers. Let's ride on board with Rogers, see what's going on to that 48 machine. Rogers' best time at 25.99. Right now sits at a 27.57. So that is pretty consistent with our 3rd place runner, but you can hear how much time is spent off the throttle here tonight at Rockingham after these tires start going on away. Right now, everyone has stayed on out with these old tires, trying to make them last as long as possible. As Hahn has checked out now to about 2.5 second advantage over Rogers, who now has Nick Fleury about 5 car lengths back. He still has Ron Hart about another 5 back to his back bumper. Everyone else throughout the field kind of spread on out here at the moment. Everyone trying to manage their own car. If they catch a car, it's probably time to go. They'll probably let you on go because they're struggling with their own equipment, as we have a 3-car battle, maybe even make it 4 for the 11th position. Cam Tucker didn't start out the season like he wanted, involved in a few wrecks at Daytona. Right now sits just outside of the top 10. This would be an awesome bounce back for a guy that is much more comfortable on the dirt side. But here comes Scott in the 55 machine. Scott's trying to be on the move here, as he will try and roll the top side of Cam Tucker. He will be able to put the power down a little bit earlier and set sail here, as now Justin Callahan almost to the back bumper of that 16 machine, but they somehow keep it straight, don't make any sort of contact. So further on back, the 17 machine still struggling in the handling of the department, has slid back all the way to P number 19. The one car sitting 21st at the moment is the number 2 machine of John DeMeester. You see him there, but in his rear view, he sees the race leader. He's hoping for a yellow flag because Brett Hahn has started to catch the back of the field here tonight. As we go back to that battle for 12th on the speedway, Justin Callahan still trying to tiptoe around that inside line with Cam Tucker doing his best ability to keep that 75 machine at bay. And here comes Cam Tucker's brother, Jordan Tucker, on the top side. As almost contact into turn number 1, John Kane and Caleb Madleski. Sorry, Caleb, if I get your name wrong, you're going to definitely have to correct me there. Caleb able to get clear in the 53 machine of John Kane, as Justice Young now under fire from Aaron Kirby. And here comes our race leader, Brett the Jet Hahn, to the inside. Already put John DeMeester 1 lap down, first car lap down. Now the 17 machine going 1 lap down here. Now he sets the sights on the 91 machine of Aaron Kirby. Kirby gonna try and keep this race leader at bay here tonight, as they'll dive it down into turns number 3 and 4. Tallarico now up into the top 3. Where did Tanner Tallarico come from? He's got around Nick Fleury and Ron Hart in a hurry. Tallarico heading in the right direction here late in this race. Definitely took care of those tires, and it is paying off as he is quickly chasing down second place runner Tim Rogers. Tallarico started P number 8, up 5 spots at the moment, all the way to P number 3. As John DeMeester will move out of the way, be very courteous there. Always got to appreciate that as they get some more lap traffic. Looks like Hahn's still not finally able to get around the 91 machine. Now sets the sights on the 050 of Sam Swoop. So Tallarico on the one, in contact between him and the 17 machine. Tallarico not realizing Justice Young was going to check up that much, made contact to the rear end, and that car goes quickly on around We go under the yellow flag for the second time here tonight as contact with Tallarico and a lapper there, as this will roll up the field and put some strategy in the game. About 40 to 43 laps on a fuel tank, so most of these drivers getting ready for green flag stops in a few laps. Now that all changes as Brett Hahn will catch the back of the pace car and probably lead the field down to pit road. This is going to be a busy pit road here tonight at Rockingham. I'm getting the call here, folks. Pit lane open this time by. We'll see who are some takers here as we get a camera on top of the pit wall. Brett Hahn will lead the way. Tim Rogers second. Tanner Tallarico third. Nick Flory fourth. And fifth being Ron Hart, as everyone making their way down pit road here tonight. We'll go to the end of pit road as we have a few lap cars staying on out. Their pit road not open for them this time as we get cars in their stalls, and we'll see what kind of strategy can roll on out. You see right sides going up in the first two pit boxes. Some cars already rolling here quickly. That is definitely some fuel only, if even that, as Ron Hart rolls out of pit road. No tires on that car, as the left sides now go up on the 71 and the 48. Zach Heiser, that was a drag race between the 14 and 71, as most of these cars now taking 4 tires. So it looks like top 2 fuel only here tonight to play and do some strategy. Zach Heiser and Ron Hart, both part of Horsepower Happenings Motorsports, and both only taking fuel here on this first pit stop. This is where it gets wild, folks. We'll be right back after commercial break for some green flag racing action. Don't go anywhere, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at Rockingham. As you can see, some cars lining up on the inside lane. That is because leaders on the top lane lap down cars on the inside lane here, just like the 87 rules have. So Ron Hart, our race leader, leading the field to green flag. Brett Hahn actually beat Zach Heiser off of pit road for second. Heiser third, Tallarico fourth, Rogers fifth. As Ron Hart jumps on the loud pedal here, we go back to green flag racing action here at the Rock. The field will dive it down into turn number 1. Looks like everyone getting through cleanly here as further on back. Side by side race for position here tonight. A big jumble of cars here right around the 10th position. As Dave Payne gets stuck behind the two there, he will lose a handful of spots. As out in front, Ron Hart leading the way over Brett Hahn. Hahn with the fresh tires, though. He'll look to the inside of the 51, and we get trouble on the back. It looks like the 18 machine of Dev McDonald slow on the speedway. He will woe it on down, and we'll be under our third yellow flag here tonight. Dev McDonald losing the car on the apron there. Definitely got some contact. Not sure which car he made contact with, but that will put us under our third yellow as we close in to the lap 50 mark of 120 here tonight. Alrighty, folks, we are under our third yellow flag here tonight as we get rolling with Rockingham. We're trying to throw up the Xfinity race update here tonight. They're, of course, at the Daytona International Raceway here, as it looks like they are under the yellow flag conditions. Looks like pit stops going underway as we get ready to go back racing. No cars on pit road here, so that time by, we get the 2 to go signal. And folks, for your information at home, we're going to go over the schedule here for these drivers in the upcoming time. So next week, August 29th, these drivers get ready to do battle at Richmond. Of course, these races being run on Tuesday nights, then broadcasted the following few days, either on a Thursday or a Friday. So August 29th, they take on Richmond. Slightly smaller track, but a lot different feel than the Rock here tonight. Then week number 4, these guys get to turn left and right. They head to the old Watkins Glen, no bus stop, on September 12th. September 19th, they take on the Lady in Black. It is Darlington. Then September 26th, they take on the old North Wilkesboro Speedway. Then they head to Martinsville. Then October 10th, they head to the biggest track on the schedule. It is Talladega Superspeedway. Then they head to the home track of NASCAR of Charlotte Motor Speedway, or back in the day, also called Lowe's Motor Speedway. October 24th, they will see battle at Dover. Then Pocono Raceway, Michigan, for the penultimate race, and then have the season finale at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. A lot of great racing here to come as Ron Hart once again leads the field to the green flag. We got 4 lap down cars lining up on this inside line here tonight, being led by the 050 machine of Sand Swoop. Swoop, of course, running a old school Harry Gant machine that I believe that was run overseas for a promotional race or whatnot. That is definitely a sweet looking paint scheme. As Ron Hart on the loud pedal early, we go back to green flag racing action here at Rockingham on lap number 50. Everyone trying to get their P's and Q's sorted as the lap down cars will hang out to that inside lane. The lead lap cars trying to get the run on the top side. Tallarico in fourth will get clear. Aaron Kirby. Now Tim Rogers in the 48 machine will try and do the same. Hart will lead this lap as well, so give 5 bonus points to the 51 machine of Ron Hart. Getting some lap-led points, of course. 5 points for leading a lap. Another 5 points for leading the most laps as Kyle Munson goes to the inside of John DeMeester, as DeMeester now will slide up to the top lane here on lap 51. Everyone able to get themselves mostly sorted out here. As we go a little bit further on back, Cam Tucker right now sits in the P number 13 spot. Right in front of him, Stephen Hoffman. And behind him, Dave Payton. Payton sits almost outside of the top 15 here. Payton with a little bit of front end damage as 01 car gets the pit wall there, trying to pull off the raceway, but able to keep it green as we go. Continue to race here down the backstretch. Stephen Hoffman under fire from the 16 machine of Jordan Tucker. Jordan Tucker able to hang on to the spot. Now Tallarico around Heiser for P number 3. So lap 54, still green flag racing action here, as up in front some intense battling from Kyle Munson, Justin Callahan. They almost make contact into turn number 3. This opens up the door for the guy that started on pit road, Hayden Swank, up into the top 10 first time tonight. He sits P number 9. As they go side by side to the backstretch, everyone's still under power, as now the 55 of Scott Negus to the inside of Justin Callahan. One car way up the hill. That was Jordan Tucker. Somehow everyone keeps the face in the right direction, as now the Tucker brothers doing battle here for 12th on the speedway. As one car sideways in front of him, that's Kyle Munson. Munson somehow hangs onto the car, and we stay green. As wow, that could have been really bad. Somehow Kyle Munson maybe save of the race. Now 3 wide here at the Rock. Munson's rear tire is definitely hot on that machine, but we'll have to see how this shakes on out. Out in front, Brett Hahn has taken over the lead. Now Tanner Tallarico is trying to race him down in second. Right in his back bumper is Tim Rogers. Fourth being Nick Fleury. Fifth is Ron Hart on those old tires. And here comes the rest of the field as Hayden Swank now to the inside. Swank to the top 5 first time tonight. So Swank will sail down in there. Hart will get back to the bottom side in front of Aaron Kirby, who is the first car 1 lap down. But Justice Young trying to change that, as everyone dicing it up. This is some close, hard racing here, folks, as everyone trying to check up, stay off each other's bumper. And man, this is some great racing, as now Justin Callahan will dive it to the inside of the 17 machine. Callahan trying to get that 6th spot away from Ron Hart, having to deal with 2 lap traffic cars right in front of him as he gets boxed in by them. Aaron Kirby early on lifting into turn number 3. That opens up the door for Hoffman all over the back bumper of both these cars, who stay side by side. Some great battles here on the speedway with these guys trying to get around these lappers. These lappers trying to hold on to as many spots as they can to try and hopefully get that wave around here and get back on the lead lap. As this time by, our race leader Brett Hahn will see cross flags halfway down, halfway home here tonight, as we head back to those great battles around the mid-pack here tonight. one car in the wall. I believe that's a 91 machine, Aaron Kirby. He will slide it in there deep into turn number one, bounce it off the wall, but jump back on the loud pedal and get back on his contact. Stephen Hoffman to the back bumper of the 91, and more cars going on around the 55 gets turned by, I believe, the 16 as Scott will slide on the speedway, and that will bring out our fourth yellow flag here tonight, right after the halfway point here. So the iRacing pace car very quickly out. Now the question is, if you're the likes of Ron Hart, probably Zach Heiser, you're coming in taking four, what does the rest of the field do? Do they hang on out there, or do they come in and top it on off, as they know everyone will at least need to make one more stop as we see the field head down towards pit road? It looks like we'll have another busy pit road here tonight. And some split strategy here. Stephen Hoffman will stay on out. Same with Ron Hart, Cam Tucker, and Zach Heiser. So all of those cars staying on out here tonight, as everyone else down on pit road to probably mostly just take fuel, as I don't see too much jack work going on these cars, as Tanner Tallarico wins the race off of pit road. Tim Rogers second, on third, Fleury fourth, Swank rounding out the top five off of pit road. But out on track, some split strategy being played here tonight at the Rock. That is what this series promotes. That's what we want from these guys, to come on down and make some tough calls, not only at the end of the race, but also through the middle. As we'll be right back here after commercial break for the second half of the Living Legends race number 2 at Rockingham.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we head back to Rockingham Speedway. Lights are out around the speedway. We are going green this time by Ron Hart, once again leading the field to green, but he has a hungry Stephen Hoffman behind. Cam Tucker third, Zach Heiser fourth, Jordan Tucker in fifth, as Ron Hart on the loud pedal here. We go back to the green flag here as everyone will sail it down into turn number 1. Looks like everyone getting through cleanly here as Heiser able to get clear of the 17 machine. John Kane definitely underpowered now in that number 9 machine. just trying to hold on to as many spots as he can, as the cars that did just come down pit road trying to make up some spots here on lap number 67. Also, update for the Daytona race, 27 laps left at Daytona, so still some time in that race to be watching this, as we have a battle for the race lead heating on up. Stephen Hoffman on newer tires than Ron Hart all over the back bumper. Hoffman will look to the high side, drive it in there deep. Will he keep the left front to the right rear quarter panel off of turn number 2? He does. Stephen Hoffman, new race leader here on lap number 68. Hoffman this time by at the start finish line will pick up 5 bonus points for leading a lap here tonight at the Rock. Ron Hart currently in second. Cam Tucker now making the push for second. Tucker sits third. Heiser fourth. Jordan Tucker in fifth. But here comes Tallarico trying to get around the lap car of Justice Young here. Same with the 48 Tim Rogers, who has Brett Hahn in tow. Nick Flory right behind as well. 70 in the books here tonight of 120. 50 big ones to go. As Ron Hart able to get a little bit of a gap to Cam Tucker. Now Jordan Tucker to the inside of Zach Heiser. Man, that was close between the 14 and 01 and then the one car of Tallarico having to check up. But Tim Rogers, big hit up on his side. He will almost flip here tonight at Rockingham. You don't see that too often as he gets that thing back rolling, but a big impact for the 48 machine here on lap number 70. And I believe that was contact with a lap down car. You hate to see it. Rogers having such a good race, and his hopes for going 2 in a row probably go up and almost over there on the front stretch. Man, what a big hit. Luckily, we see Tim Rogers able to drive away from that. Seems like he is all right, but now Stephen Hoffman out in front. Now, if you're the likes of Ron Hart, Zach Heiser, I got to believe you come down pit road, use up one of those 2 available sets over the wall. Rest of the field, I think it's just a little bit too early to burn up that final set here at the Rock. As we see cars coming down pit road, maybe not. Stephen Hoffman with the fake out. First car down pit road, Ron Hart, Zach Heiser, Jordan Tucker, all down. The 53, Caleb Modeski, also down. Hayden Swank, Devin McDonald, Kyle Munson, and of course Tim Rogers with that contact, all down pit road here on lap number 73. Right now in the Daytona race, Trevor Bayne leading the way over Sammy Smith here with 23 big ones around Daytona left. We should just finish our race before the conclusion of that Daytona one, as long as these guys stay green and we make it to the end of this one. So rolling under the yellow flag here tonight. I got to give a big shout out to these drivers. We had, I believe, 24 cars race number one here tonight at Rockingham. We have 21, so a solid field of 87 drivers. And we can see the racecraft throughout the field. I mean, 5 yellow flags up to now, not too bad, but I mean, some of the moves these guys are making it stick, not making contact. It is definitely awesome to see, and puts on a testament of some of the drivers, most of the drivers here at the American Sim Racing Club. Lap number 75 will be completed under the yellow flag, but coming back to the green as the lights get extinguished around this 7/8 mile speedway, and we get ready to rock and roll here at the Rock. Looks like only one car down a lap here at the moment. Looks like the 17 machine of Justice Young. He's going to continue to try and race for his lap back, but unless he gets on a different strategy, use up a set of tires, it's going to be hard to pass this 86 machine. As Stephen Hoffman leads the field to green, Cam Tucker second, Tallarico third, Hahn fourth, Fleury fifth, as Stephen Hoffman waiting, jumps on the loud pedal. We go back to green flag here. Hoffman shot out like a cannon, very much clear as Cam Tucker tries to work over the lap car. Brett Hahn will move to the top side of Tallarico, use the lap car as a pick. Nick Fleury will do the same as well, so the 71 and 25 both able to get around Tallarico as he kind of got shuffled back behind the 17 machine. Lap number 77 in the books here. As we look a little bit further back, Dave Payton trying to get around Justin Callahan for that 6th position. Callahan all over the back bumper of the 17. They will go 3 wide into the corner as almost contact. Wow, that was close as the 17 had to lock him up big time. But here comes Ron Hart on the fresh tires. He is already up to 6, and he is not saving any of that good year left. He is sailing it into these corners and just trying to get as many spots as humanly possible here. One car on the wall down the back, I believe that was John Kane. Ron Hart now rolling the inside of Nick Fleury. He is already up to 4th as now Brett Hahn gets around the 16. Now the 16 is under fire from the 51 of Ron Hart. Ron Hart able to get clear. Now Hart up to 3rd as Cam Tucker now under fire from Nick Fleury in the 25 machine. Some great battles going on throughout the speedway here. Some trouble here in 3 and 4. Kyle Munson and I believe the 9 of John Kane under with some contact here, so that will bring out the yellow flag once again here on lap number 80. Hoffman leading the way, Hahn second, Hart on those fresh tires in 3rd. So with this yellow, we're going to go to another commercial break. On the other side, we'll be back with the conclusion of tonight's race.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Rock under the 2 to go conditions, and folks, we got some strategy on our hands. Stephen Hoffman hasn't pitted to lap 46, so only a handful of laps left on that fuel. Ron Hart last time down, lap 72. Scott Negus last lap on 62. Deb McDonald 72. Jordan Tucker 72. Then the first car down from pit road last time, Brett Hahn and the rest of the field on behind him did pit, and these cars for sure can make it to the end on this fuel amount. This is where it gets wild, folks, as this time by the lights do go on out. Aaron Kirby, first car, at least one lap down. I believe Kirby sits a few laps down here at the moment, but we'll restart to the inside of the 86 machine. 13 laps to go at the Daytona race. Bain has got back out in front of Allgaier, as that is definitely heating on up. The big one is only gonna be showing up here shortly. But here at Rockingham, we get ready to go back to green flag racing action here as Stephen Hoffman leading the field to the green flag, as Hoffman will fire on off, get a pretty good start for Ron Hart right there with him. Hart on the newest some of the newest tires on the speedway. He will give chase to that 86 machine down the backstretch. They will come, and Ron Hart to the top side of Stephen Hoffman. Hart with the run, Hoffman down low as everyone trying to figure out where they're going. I believe Zach Kaiser with a little bit of an incident, and it looks like that will bring out another yellow flag here quickly. As I believe Zach Kaiser may have gotten some help. Not sure who without, but maybe the 9 of John Kane, but we go under yellow flag here very quickly here on lap number 85. So Hoffman able to hold on to the spot over Ron Hart. Hart just running out of time before that yellow flag to complete the pass. Aaron Kirby was able to hang on to third, but not good enough to get some of the laps back for the T-Mat Speed Shop number 91 Monte Carlo here tonight. Right now, best running Ford Thunderbird is the 86 machine, Stephen Hoffman. Best running Chevy Monte Carlo is the 51 of Ron Hart. Best running Buick Grand National is the 71 of Brett Hahn. So that's where we sit in the manufacturing order as well. Last week, a Chevy picked up the win. Will it be a Ford or a Buick trying to take one away, or will it be Chevy 2-time in a row down victory lane? As they go under yellow flag conditions as well at Daytona. I believe it's Jeb Burton did get turned there. Looks like a handful of cars with some damage, but no big one just yet here at Daytona. As this time by, I believe we should see the 1 to go signal here at Rockingham to try and get this race ended under the green flag conditions. That we do see the lights going out on the Rockingham Speedway. So Stephen Hoffman with about 30 laps left. Can he get the job done? Will it be Ron Hart in second? Scott Negus all the way up to third. Devin McDonald fourth. Jordan Tucker in the top 5 here. So a lot of different names looking for a win this season. Help out their points battle. And of course, helping that team points battle here tonight. As we get ready to rock and roll, looks like 3 cars a lap down here as they will line up here on the inside lane. We're going to go look at the blimp cam for this start. Look high above the Rockingham Speedway as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road right about now. Stephen Hoffman waiting to jump on the loud pedal here. He will do just that. We go back to green flag racing action. You can see a little bit of stack up. Aaron Kirby with some wheel spin as the front 2 will dive it down in front of the field, able to clear Zach Heiser, and he will get tagged, spin towards the inside, able to keep that car straight. That was a heck of a save by him, not overcorrecting in front of the field here, as we will see lap number 90 this time by at the start finish line. We will see 30 laps to go here. So out in front, Ron Hart able to take the lead away from the 86 of Stephen Hoffman. So Hart hoping this race goes green to the end. He's on some of the freshest tires out here tonight and sitting in the best spot on the speedway out there in front. Further on back, Hayden Swank looking to the inside of Nick Fleury. That is the battle for 7th on the speedway. Have to have right in front of him the 17 machine and the 01 all battling here. As the 55 machine, Scott Negus, will go on around in front of the field. That will bring out a yellow flag, and that is a tough break. Scott goes from inside the top 5 all the way out of there, as I believe he might have got some contact with the 18 machine. As that will bring out a yellow flag. The question is, when do you come down pit road? If you do anymore, about 28 laps left in the books. It looks like Stephen Hoffman coming down pit road. Yes, he does. Hoffman down on pit road here tonight. Same with Devin McDonald and Jordan Tucker probably for their final stops of the night. That moves Ron Hart, of course, in the lead, but Brett Hahn all the way up into second. Nick Fleury third. Hayden Swank fourth. Tanner Tallarico rounding out the top 5 here at the moment. Oh boy, folks, this is where it gets wild. As Hart, one of the short track aces here in the series. Big fan of our short track series that run on Wednesday nights, but I tell you what, he has grown a liking to these 87s, and this guy is a wheel man. No matter what you put him behind, he has the most wins, I believe, this season at Owasso Speedway in the street stock class here, and he's looking for that championship there in a 51 machine. So Ron Hart hoping to emulate the successes of real life here on iRacing, but has a lot of fast cars behind him, some of the best here in the league right behind him. Not to say that Ron Hart isn't part of that conversation. As laps continue to click down here at pace speed, we head into about 25 laps to go here tonight at the Rock. And folks, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Rock in real life, but Rockingham just got repaved, I believe, in the middle of last year. And I tell you what, I so want to see this track back on the NASCAR schedule, any sort of capacity, just to get cars back out here and get this track some love, because this is one of the most fun tracks on the iRacing simulator. You gotta be so patient, brake way earlier than you think, but man, once you start getting a hang of this place, man, is it so rewarding. As the lights do get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we get ready to rock and roll here once again on lap number 95. Ron Hart leads the way, Brahan second, Nick Fleury third, Hayden Swank fourth, Tanner Tallarico rounding out the top five. Looks like we got two lap down cars, one being the 91 of Aaron Kirby, the other being the 17 of Justice Young. Both these guys still trying to fight back for some laps back on the lead lap, but still no avail. First car back out on pit road is Stephen Hoffman, all the way back in the 10th position. We'll have to see how quickly Hoffman can cut up through the field here tonight. As off a turn number 4, the field will come. Ron Hart will lead the way as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road, and Ron Hart on the loud pedal gets away with a great start. Aaron Kirby trying to hang there on this inside lane. Brett Hahn to the outside of the 91 here in 1 and 2. Nick Fleury trying to do the same with the 17 machine. That time by, we see 17 laps to go as Aaron Kirby in front of Nick Fleury in contact. Everyone piles on up here into turns number 3 and 4. It is a parking lot as everyone tries to make evasive maneuvers, but heavy contact to a lot of the front runners there. As you hate to see that here late in the race, as contact will spell another yellow flag here, this time with 24 to go. This will shake up Hayden Swank in third, Dave Payne fourth, Stephen Hoffman with that will drive through it cleanly all the way up to the 5th position here. Man, oh man, does that change the complexion of things as we get ready to rock and roll, and back under yellow flag conditions we go. With this yellow flag, we're going to go to commercial break. On the other side, we'll have the even more closing stages of tonight's race on Rockingham. We are back here at the Rockingham Speedway. This time by at the start finish line, we should see the 1 to go signal. Ron Hart will lead the way over Brett Hahn, Hayden Swank, Dave Payton, and Stephen Hoffman. Round out the top 5, Justin Callahan will roll off 6 on this restart. 7th is Caleb Majeski. I think it's actually Caleb Madzelski. I was probably saying it wrong the whole time, so sorry about that, Caleb. Jordan Tucker will roll off 8th. 9th is Tim Rogers, and Tanner Tallarico will roll off P number 10 from about 9th on back for sure. Damaged cars here, so we'll have to see how that plays on out. But Ron Hart will lead the field to the green flag in the 51 machine. As at Daytona, the big one has occurred right on the restart. Everyone pushing way too hard and a lot of junked race cars there at the start. They will re-rack it for overtime. But over here, we get ready to go back green as Ron Hart fires on off. Brett Hahn in tow. Hayden Swank right there as well. That time by, we will see 20 laps to go as Hart will sail it on through the corner. Dave Payton under fire from Stephen Hoffman with those fresh tires. Hoffman trying to make use of those fresh Goodyear tires. He'll go to the outside of Payton, but Payton shorter distance around now. Hoffman will try and cross him on over, get a little bit out of sorts. We'll ride on board with Stephen Hoffman. Hoffman will tiptoe that throttle, able to get that thing turned and get clear of Dave Payton, now up into P number 4, and here he comes trying to race down those top 3 that sit right in front of him here with under 20 laps to go. Stephen Hoffman right now fastest, one of the fastest cars on the speedway with 18 to go. What does he have left in the tank? He has to make up about a second and some change to catch the race leader, Ron Hart, who's trying to pull away from the Wawa number 71 machine of Brett Hahn. Ron Hart trying to put it all together. Now Justin Callahan trying to get all over his contact further on back. Tanner Tallarico, Tim Rogers, and it looks like the 66 machine of Jordan Tucker, and he will get Tim Rogers a second time under yellow. What is going on the backstretch here? As now Rogers will try and have to flip that thing around a second time, and oh man, bumper cover on the track. We try and get this thing back sorted on out here once again under the yellow flag conditions. The field will load on up now with this little lapse. Who do we see down pit road? Who stays on out? As it looks like Hayden Swank will stay on out, but Brett Hahn will come on down. Justin Callahan will stay out. Dave Payne comes on down, and a lot of the rest of the field behind will come on down and take probably their final set of tires, maybe top it on off with fuel just to be safe, but that leaves about 5 to 6 cars still out on the racing surface trying to go these last almost handful of laps here at the Rock. As old man folks, Xfinity race going into overtime. This race wrapping on up It's about to be barn burner in both of them here tonight. As oh man, folks, this is where the tensions start to get high. You gotta strap on down for the last of this. First car off of pit road is the number 71 machine of Han. He has Peyton in tow behind, but Han will restart all the way back, and it looks like in the 8th position when it's all said and done. A lot of cars to make up here in a short amount of time, and if we get some flurry of yellows like we've been having, it is only going to hurt the chances of these guys that pitted that last time, that being Han, Peyton, Flurry, Negus, and it looks like Deb McDonald all coming down there to take their final set of tires. As this time by, we will see the 1 to go signal. The lights will get turned on off the raceway. We'll try and go racing. Once we go back green flag, we will have 12 laps left in tonight's race. Looks like first car 1 lap down is the 48 machine of Tim Rogers. Rogers will line it up on that inside line. As once again, Ron Hart will lead the field back to green. Hayden Swank maybe on newer tires, doesn't look like it because his pit time last time was only about a handful of seconds, so Swank just trying to take care of those tires. Ron Hart definitely used them up early to try and get to this field. What do these guys have left? As the iRacing pace car heads back down pit road, we'll try and go green flag to the end. As Ron Hart back on the loud pedal, we go back green flag racing action. Hayden Swank able to get clear of Rogers here into turn number 1. Here comes Stephen Hoffman, newest tires in the top 5, able to get clear. He's trying to go to the front here in a hurry. Justin Callahan looking for one of his career best finishes, sits inside of the top 5. What more does he have? Tallarico currently sits 5th, but has that 71 machine right on his back bumper as they get around the 48 of Rogers here. Further on back, it looks like maybe not, as they go side by side for that 5th position. The Jet wrapping that yellow line early. He's trying to. He gets around Tallarico. How much tire can he use up? Can he make up this time in time with 10 laps to go? 2 open palms from Ron Hart. It's a battle for the race lead. Hart will shoot Swank all the way up to the top. They continue to drag race down the backstretch. Here is Stephen Hoffman right there as well, as these guys continue to battle side by side for the race lead. This time by single digits to go. A little bit of contact as well. We see 9 laps at the stripe. Hayden Swank will lead a lap. Swank will get 5 extra bonus points here in the closing laps. These guys side by side, this allowing the guys behind him to catch him. One car drawing closer. That is Brett the Jet. He is closing as Ron Hart once again takes Hayden Swank to the top side. 3 wide for the race lead as Ron Hart will slide on up. This opens up the door for Stephen Hoffman to take over second here late. Hoffman down low, Hart up top, almost contact in turns 1 and 2. Off of turn 3, 3 wide here as Han will force the issue late in the race. Han will be able to sail it down in there, drive it deep, able to get clear on corner entry. Stephen Hoffman trying to jump back in the loud pedal, get back on by. Hoffman will move up to the top side. Hart will be up towards the top side as well. 7 laps to go now as battling from second on back. These cars bumper to bumper here tonight. at Rockingham. Hart will try and take away the inside lane. He'll move on up. That will open up the door once again for the 71. The Jet down low. The Hitman up top. They drag race to the line here with 6 laps to go. This time by Hart will just have it that time, but here in 1 and 2, it's so difficult to make that top side work as Hahn will get the drive, but Hart will stay honest with him. This is allowing Hayden Swank about a half a second race lead out in front here as Hart will really drive it in there deep. That will lose him a little bit of time. He will slot into third as now Justin Callahan all over the back bumper here of Stephen Hoffman. Same with Tanner Tallarico. Tallarico to the outside of the 75. Tallarico trying to make the long way work. Tallarico with a lot of damage up top, but able to keep this car somehow in race contention as Hoffman will take away that line. Tallarico has sailed in there deep as they will continue to race here for this position, but out in front, Hayden Swank under fire from Brett Hahn here with 4 laps to go. Swank up top, Hahn down low. Hahn will try and clear him off at turn number 2. He will get just barely clear. Swank now to the inside. Swank will look low, but not able to get it to go as Hahn will slam the door. Brett Hahn out in front. Hayden Swank second. Ron Hart third. Stephen Hoffman fourth. Tanner Tallarico fifth as we continue here with 3 laps to go. As Nick Fleury gets contacted by Dave Payton. Fleury trying to hang on to the race car here as he will loop it. He'll bring it up on the racetrack here. He won't get hit, and I believe that will do it out in front. We'll slow the pace under yellow flag, and yes, it will, folks. That will do it for tonight's race. We will have our 2nd consecutive race finish under the yellow flag conditions here at Rockingham. Brett the Jet getting the job done here tonight as he picks up his first sponsor of the season, Wawa, coming on board, and they will see victory lane in their first attempt as they will get the 1 to go signal next time by. As at Daytona, they tried 1 overtime attempt, the big one. Now another overtime attempt ending in another caution, so they still got some racing as this racing will wrap up here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network here in just a few short minutes as this time by the field will see the 1 to go signal here, and Brett the Jet will lead the field under the pace speed. Hahn will finish first. Second going to Hayden Swank. Third is Ron Hart. Fourth being Tanner Tallarico after an up and down night. Will finish inside the top 5. Stephen Hoffman will finish 5th. 6th going to Justin Callahan. 7th is Dave Payne. 8th is Caleb Modzelski. 9th is Devin McDonald. 10th is Nick Fleury. 11th Scott Negus. 12th is Tim Rogers. 13th Justice Young. 14th is Cam Tucker. 15th Jordan Tucker. 16th Kyle Munson. 17th Aaron Kirby. 18th John DeMeester. 19th Zach Heiser. 20th John Kane. And finishing last here tonight in the 050 machine is Sam Swoop. As here at the start finish line, Brett the Jet will pick up the win in race number 2 of the season. As everyone will congratulate him. We'll be back after commercial break for some post-race burnouts. And here on the front stretch, the 71 machine will come out of Brighton, Michigan. Brett the Jet Hahn will pick up the win here at Rockingham, and we'll burn it down here on the front stretch. For the fans that tuned into a barn burner, we saw different strategies, we saw comers and goers, and at the end, only one driver can pick up the win. He started on pole with quick time, had the most laps led, getting maximum points here tonight. Brett Hahn trying to keep his points championship run alive as he'll park it down on the front stretch, and that will do it here tonight from the Rockingham Speedway. So folks, gotta thank everyone for tuning on in here tonight at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Gotta thank all the drivers coming out now, 20 plus strong, and I gotta say, some great racing. We saw a few flurries of yellow flags that maybe could have been avoided, but overall, we're going to have a little bit of growing pain. So thanks again, everyone, for driving. If you want to be sure to check out more, be sure to check out AmericanSimRacingClub.com. I've been Brett the Jet from Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to check out Turn 3 throughout the week, as we have a lot of great broadcasters, a lot of great series to go on around. Everyone stay safe, have a good one, and we'll catch you sometime next week for race number 3 at Richmond. I've been Brett the Jet, and I just flew by you